We love getting people over. Beck, take it away.
Okay. Please welcome to Brussels Comic Con's main stage, it's Bonnie Wright!
Yes, yeah, well, you get a whole sofa. Whole sofa.
Hi everyone. Hi.
Oh, so polite.
Look at that, the most excited face I've ever seen.
Yeah,
It's
hi.
so cute. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, Bonnie?
I'm doing great. It's lovely to be back in Brussels.
Yes, when were you last here? It's at least 3 years?
2019.
Is it that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, before the lockdown.
Yeah. Remember those? Well, it's lovely to have you back. Have you been busy? Have you been enjoying yourself at Comic Con?
Yeah, I have. It's been very busy. Lovely to meet everyone. And yeah, life has been good. Apart from the lockdown and meaning we can't travel, but life has been good for me personally.
Oh, tell us more. I want to know, life's been good? Is it anything you're excited about?
Yeah, I wrote a book that I enjoyed writing. I just finished filming a documentary series, having a baby. It's pretty good.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah. I love that. Nothing big there. Book,
Just a couple
series,
things.
baby. Oh, wow.
It's been a productive couple of years. Yeah.
Oh, is this, have you written a lot? Is this your first book, or is this?
It's my first book. Yeah, it came out last year. And it's all about changes we can make in our own life around the environment and sort of taking action for the climate crisis.
Because I think in 2019 you were talking about, you were either embarking on that or you were about to, I remember you were talking a lot about your environmental...
Those themes. Yeah. I began developing the idea probably around then, and then I wrote the book in, I guess, 2020, 2021.
Yep.
But yeah, first experience writing a book, quite a big task. But I really enjoyed just the concentration it takes. I feel like so many things that I often share around the environment are online, which is great as well, but it was really nice to focus on actually having like a tangible book. So yeah.
Yeah, it's something you can put out and someone has to go, actually, I think you're wrong on this because...
Yeah, there's always going to be, there's always going to be that.
It's great. Have you always been into environmental issues, or is this something that came later in life?
I feel, yeah, I kind of have. I think I guess it stemmed first from an environment that I loved as a child, which is this particular beach that I spent a lot of time on as a child in England. And I noticed in my life that it was already kind of changing, like the coastline was eroding, there was more rubbish ending up on the beach, and I was really curious as to understand like why it was happening. And I guess I've always kind of been interested to understand how things work or how they don't work, and that kind of led me into the massive topic of the climate crisis.
It's great. I mean, it's amazing. Like, people do need to be more passionate about it. So the fact that you've gone out and you've done all this is an incredible achievement on its own. How do you feel like? Was that something that? Did you feel like when you were writing the book, it was almost like taking a weight off your shoulder, like you needed to get that out of yourself to try and make more people aware?
Yeah, I guess the book is mainly about very sort of like practical things that we can be doing in our day-to-day life to sort of connect us to these larger issues. And I've always been quite a practical person. Like I like to just know what to do today and how to apply it to my life. And I'd just been doing these things in my own day-to-day life. And then I thought, oh, maybe this maybe like people would be interested to know this. And so I kind of surprised myself. I never really thought I'd write a book, or it was kind of a nice new experience. And it's always just been so nice and like surreal still when people talk about my book or they say they've read it or they have it. It's just still, like I still can't believe that, yeah, it's a really nice thing.
How have you found the difference between literary festivals and book tours and things to the Comic Con scene, which obviously you were doing a lot earlier?
Yeah, the literary and the publishing world, I guess, is quite quiet and old school in the way it works, where Comic Con is all about it's about nostalgia, but it's also about the future of the new movies that we're excited about or new technology that we see, in visual effects and things. So quite different, but I think you know, people who write novels are kind of the exact same type of people that love movies, that really love to build worlds and escape into those worlds. It's kind of very similar.
And I do need to ask just quickly, because you touched on, and we will get to the Harry Potter questions, don't
Yes,
worry.
we will get to that series.
And we will come out to the audience as well for some Q&As. But you mentioned that obviously your book has been a great way to share even more tips and ways we can change things. Do you have, is there anything that you found out during the course of the book where you went, oh, and it just completely changed the way, like a small change or something that you did that you can impart with us?
It's sort of hard. I feel like the most important thing I learned is that we're all going to be drawn to a different type of action or change, because we all come at things from stuff we already like to enjoy. Like for me, I first started making changes in my kitchen because I find joy in that space. Like I like to cook, whereas someone else might hate cooking and they love, you know, gardening, or they love beauty, or they love fashion, and you're going to come at it through the thing you love. So I think the biggest takeaway was always like, how do I intersect like making a change with something I'm already good at or something that I find joy in, and make things less prescriptive. Like the book isn't really about like do this and do that, or that's bad or that's wrong. It's really just about here's all the information, like make what you will with it, I guess. Yeah,
it's really useful.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Is the documentary on the same issue?
Yeah, the documentary I just finished filming in April, and that follows me and another co-host as we basically drive up the coast of the US, like the West Coast, and we meet all different people working out in their communities around these subjects. So the book is more about like what's out in the world and what people are doing, and then also some like adventurous stuff too, from camping to kayaking to surfing to, you know, just exploring the outdoors basically.
That's nice. Can't wait.
Yeah, be good.
Exactly the sort of thing I like.
Do you roughly know when it'll come out?
I don't. I mean, I'm hoping like the beginning of next year. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. And yes, we should ask, how is Harry Potter worlds and things like that? Is the fandom calmed down at all?
No, the fandom keeps going. Yeah, I mean, like just today, you know, you meet young children who weren't even alive when we were making the films, and yet the series is passed on, and I just love that. Like it is a timeless story that transcends like languages and cultures, and it's so cool that it just keeps going, and I think that's testament to how good the stories are.
Will you show your child the films, or is that?
I probably will. I won't force it upon them, but will just, quietly push them to watch Harry Potter.
If you can give them that age where they can't detach you from a character, so they think that's your school life, that'd be incredible.
Well, just see if they don't even tell them you're in it. Just see if they recognize it.
Like, who's that? Yeah. See how clever they are.
I'm guessing everyone's asking you this now, but obviously they've announced a potential reboot.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? You don't have to comment.
I'm honestly surprised. There's so many stories within the Harry Potter world. I mean, if I were to choose a story to make a TV show about, I would have chosen all the characters that go around like the Marauders map and like all the auras that are in the Order of the Phoenix. Like I would have explored the story of Sirius Black and Lupin and James Potter and I just loved all those aura characters and like Peter Pettigrew. Like I would have loved to sort of like get the prequel basically.
Yeah.
Like take it all the way up to when Harry like is dropped off by Hagrid on the doorstep of the Dursleys. Like that's what I would do. Like I would do the teenage years of Harry's parents and all those people.
That is
great. If anyone wants to know, that's my opinion. But hopefully they'll do that one day. Maybe they'll do that later.
I mean, it's one of those fandoms that it just grows. Like you say, it just grows and grows and grows. Like half of Edinburgh now is like Harry Potter memorabilia. London's getting the same. Like you think again, like it's such what you think is a generational thing. Like for people who were your age when the films came out, they've obviously grown with it. But like you say, when you see new kids getting into it and stuff, there is something so timeless about it.
Yeah, exactly, and really, I mean, for sure, visual effects and different things get better, but they're still pretty good in the film.
That's
really,
great. They're absolutely great.
Yeah, we should
yeah,
go
we
into the
have got a
audience
lot
because we do
of
have a big audience. We want to try and get as many questions as possible.
I think Thomas has got a microphone today.
Yes, we've got a lovely...
Just because we have so many people, we want to get you some questions. So if you've got a question for Bonnie, get your hand up. I will try. So we got Freddy Krueger's hand go up. I didn't like that at all. Did not like that at all. And then we've got a few coming forward.
Yeah. Ready for that? Hi Bonnie, nice to meet you. Just want to know which was the most fun movie to make and which was the most difficult one?
Ooh, that was good. I guess the Chamber of Secrets was quite hard, but I loved it just because my character suddenly got way bigger and I was still really young. And some of the things that Ginny does in that are kind of dark, like obviously through the Diary of Tom Riddle, things got a little bit dark with the things I had to do. And the most fun I had was probably, it's difficult to decide, but I loved all the Hogwarts battle scenes in the Deathly Hallows Part 2. And I guess that's the most recent in my memory, but that was a really fun film.
Nice.
Hi. My question is, what is your opinion on the announcement of the new Harry Potter series and the fact that actors will be replaced?
Yeah, I just kind of spoke a little bit about that in the question before, but I'm excited for it. It'll be interesting to see how I'm interested to see how they do things a little bit differently, I hope, and I really hope some stuff that we didn't get to include in the films, maybe they get to include. Like there's so much of everyone's character that we don't get to show.
If you were asked to guest in it, would you do it? Would you do a little cameo?
I don't know what, it'd be weird to go back into the exact same era but play a different character, so I don't know. Maybe, if it was a good character.
Yeah, we got another one down here.
Are you still friends with people from the cast?
Ooh, yeah, good question. I saw my brothers, my Fred and George Weasley last weekend, and also another friend, Afshan, and then I had some friends that were in the crew as well that I saw last week. So yeah, anytime I'm in the same city, I get to see everyone.
That's all anyone wants to hear, that you're all still friends.
Yeah, we are.
That's
we have
great.
a, silly group chat still going.
Hi, so there were rumors to recast old people to play in the reboot, for example Tom Felton as Lucius Malfoy, but would you play, oh my god, I forgot the name of the mom.
Mrs. Weasley.
Mrs. Weasley, yeah.
Mrs. Weasley.
Would you do it?
I hadn't heard of that, that's a funny idea. It would be hard, I mean, Julie Walters was just so good. I don't know if I could do as good a job of her. And I'm also like, am I old enough yet to play a mother of 7 children? I don't think so. So I'll stay youthful for a little bit longer.
Are you curious, again, you don't have to answer any of these things, but are you curious to see who the next Ginny Weasley will be? Because you must be so attached.
all of us are surprised and interested, but yeah, we'll see.
Hi Bonnie, greetings from Peru. I want to know, what is your favorite character from Harry Potter?
Ooh, that's a good question. So, I have 2 favorite characters. Well, I have 5, no, I have hundreds. Well, I guess one. One of my favorite characters was Hagrid. Because I always thought he was just like the uncle you always wanted. And I feel like he was like the protector of everyone. And I just loved how he loved things that other people didn't love. Like he loved those unloved creatures, and I just loved his affinity to just like strange creatures. So yeah, Hagrid was always my favorite.
Yeah.
Hi. What's your favorite memory of the set?
Ooh, it's hard to narrow it down, but I think all my fondest memories were in the Burrows, the Weasley house. I always felt so lucky that not only did I have all the Hogwarts scenes, but I also had my whole Weasley family. They were definitely my kind of most warm and like funny and silly memories. Like we always just had so much fun between my brothers, and I felt like I had my own kind of little family, like a real family. So yeah, the Burrow, it was also my favorite set. It was really cool how it was built.
Did you get to keep anything from the set?
I didn't. I kept nothing.
They were
Sadly.
really strict though, weren't they?
Yeah, they were like, everything ended up in an exhibition, basically. Yeah.
I'm just curious, because like you say, all those feelings of like being with the Weasleys is your fondest memories. When you do see them now, do you feel like they're your brothers, or do you just feel
Yeah,
like,
for sure, yeah. Yeah, definitely. It is like no time has passed, and like you just know each other so well that the minute you get back together, it's. I also was in James and Oliver, who play Fred and George. They just made a TV show as well called. It was called Fantastic Friends. It was like a travel show, and I was in one of the episodes with them, and we went to Iceland, and we just had it felt like we were on a little family holiday.
When is that just been made?
That is. They're just filming the second series now, but the first series is out. I think it's on HBO within Europe. Yeah.
Amazing. Yes.
Hi again. How was it to see the whole cast back again after all those years at the reunion?
It was so fun. It was very surreal because we were literally back on the sets that we filmed on for the reunion that we filmed for HBO as well. It was great. It was very nostalgic, and we all just got to like reflect on the whole series. It was very weird. It was like no time had passed. We were just back and like in the Great Hall. Like this is our home. Yeah, it was fun.
Where are you? Oh, yeah, we're over there.
Which of the Harry Potter books is your favorite?
Ooh, my favorite Harry Potter book is The Order of the Phoenix, which is kind of why I want them to make a film about the Order of the Phoenix. That was my favorite book because I just wanted to be all those Aura characters.
Yeah, amazing. Do you ever reread the books, or was it?
I haven't reread them probably since they came out.
I was going to say.
I have thought recently, I loved the audiobooks that Stephen Fry did. So I keep thinking like I go on many a long journey or road trip or drive, so I should listen to the.
But I guess again, like when your kid is old enough to, you could do it with them and stuff.
I found at my parents' house like the Philosopher's Stone, and it was all on tapes.
Oh wow!
Actual tapes. So yeah,
I can instantly hear that sound.
Yeah.
During the shoot, was any funny thing like in a serious scene?
Sorry, can you just say that again?
In a serious scene, there might be a funny things like.
So if you speak into the microphone, you just keep getting out of it. Sorry.
What was the most funniest thing you enjoyed during the movie?
Oh, but you meant if there was sometimes serious scenes. I guess a really fun scene we had was the Yule Ball scene in the fourth film. Like the Yule Ball for the Triwizard Tournament between all the schools. That was a pretty chaotic scene. It was also really hard to film like sad scenes. I remember like Dumbledore's death being like the worst day. That was like, I did not enjoy that scene to film, and just to be like that serious and somber for days on end, it was quite hard.
What was your last scene you shot?
My last scene is the last scene in the film, which is the epilogue when we're like 19 years later.
Was that the last thing you all shot?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was wild because I obviously started my journey in the films on platform 9 3/4, and then I ended on platform 9 3/4, so it was a really nice like full circle. And the kids playing like Ginny and Harry's kids were the same age I was when I started, so it really was like quite surreal having that experience. It was kind of weird because we were still us, but we were also this whole new different character. So yeah.
That's amazing. We got that. We'll get to you. I have seen you. Don't worry.
What was it like growing up on sets?
It was the best. I loved it. I didn't know anything about the film industry at 9 years old, so I learned so much about filmmaking, and it really inspired me like for my later career and my studies. Like I went to film school after we finished Harry Potter, so I was always really interested in how everything was made and how they made movies, so it felt like the best school almost to go to, and just friends that lasted kind of forever, and it was a surreal place to be in as well, but I learned a lot about filmmaking and acting and just collaborating with people.
Do you still enjoy filmmaking?
Yeah, I do. I've loved just how different you can make films and how many different scales of filmmaking there are. You know, from sets at that scale to much smaller independent things to things that are more episodic to things that are kind of big franchises like that. Yeah, I love that there's just so many ways to do things.
That's great.
Hi. Who is your favorite Weasley except Ginny?
I can't decide. Although I think I can. It's my mum. It would be Molly Weasley. Yeah.
What's your favorite spell?
Ooh, my favorite spell that Ginny loves is Reducto, which she does in the Dumbledore's army scenes, and it like explodes this sort of mannequin of a Death Eater, and it really impresses Harry when Ginny does it. So I think that's her favorite spell.
I'm just going to come to this girl.
Yeah.
She's right at the front, and I don't think you can get to her. And she's all dressed up. If you want to just come here, otherwise that speaker will deafen you. So if you just come here, so we don't get feedback.
Speak English, right?
Okay.
As you can notice, she's a really big fan of Harry Potter, and all the films make her feel really good. So she really wants to know, how do you look back? How do you feel when you look back to all the Harry Potter movies?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, when I think back to the Harry Potter films, or when I come to events like this, like I realize, you know, it changed my life, but it changed so many other people's lives too. Like it played such an important role in people's life, whether that's like some place they love to escape to, like Hogwarts is a great place to escape to and your day is good or bad. And loads of people make friendships, I feel. I meet a lot of people who met other people because of their love of Harry Potter, and that's the same with me. Like I made so many friendships from it. So it's kind of, it's still like hard to put into words, but it still shapes me to this day, like the experience. And like I said right at the beginning, like I love seeing, you know, younger people like both of you who like probably weren't born when we were making the films, but you're, you know, big fans. So yeah, it's just has massive impact. Yeah. Thank you.
I've just been told we've got about time for two more, and then I will make sure you, because yeah, it's really hard to get to the front. Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you. Sorry, I feel bad for going off topic, but I'm really wondering, what's your favorite recipe from your own book?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a great question. My favorite recipe is, it's literally the only one that's got my name in it, which is a funny thing, but it's the beet dip, which is like the beetroot, it's like bright pink, it's like a dip that you can make, and my other one is the farmer's pie, and that's food, but there's not just food, there's other things. I guess like the sewing projects, there's like a reusable coffee filter and tea bag, so I like sewing, so that's a fun project. Thank you.
Have you always been, like when did that start, like cooking and crafting?
Oh, I mean I grew up in a family that does a lot of that anyway, so I guess I was influenced by my parents. And yeah, I just like doing things tangibly. Like the world can get too heady that I like to do things with my hands.
Did you go baking crazy during lockdown?
Yeah, I definitely made elaborate meals. Yes.
Great. Yeah, Thomas, where are you?
Just in the centre here.
Yeah. And then this girl's been waiting for ages at the front, so I'm gonna make sure that's our last one.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
I'm sitting. Sorry. I just want to know, because you were so young, do you think there is something about your character that you took for yourself until now?
I hope so. I wish to be more like Ginny all the time. So yeah, I feel like I love her sort of like quiet confidence that builds throughout the story. Like you don't assume her to be this kind of leading role or this kind of sort of fierce warrior-like character that kind of develops in the fifth and through the last few. So yeah, I hope I can take a little piece of Ginny and be like her. Thanks.
You are our last question. No pressure.
Okay, so did you have a crush on someone on the Harry Potter cast?
I didn't. I spent too much time with anyone to have a crush on them. You get to know everyone's personality that you soon realize maybe they should just stay as friends. And 10 years spending, you know, with people, you kind of want to keep it professional, I guess. But yeah, I didn't. And kind of luckily, I guess, that would have been quite a hard thing to live alongside. Yeah. Unrequited love, yes. Well, thanks for your question.
Yeah, very good.
Before we finish up, once again, the name of your book?
Oh yeah, my book is called Go Gently.
So Go Gently, can anyone buy that here?
I think you have to buy it like from the best place I found that ships international books for free is called the Book Depository, and you can buy books like from the UK, but they'll ship anywhere in the world for free.
There you go. Go Gently at the Book Depository.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I could do this all day, but Bonnie will kill me. So we're going to let Bonnie go back into Comic Con. You're here all weekend, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Please go see her. Please say hello, do the photo ops, but most of all, big round of applause.
Thank you so much.
One of our favourite people in Belgium, Bonnie Wright. Lovely stuff. Guys, we're about to have a break on the stage for the Q&As, but we will...